I want to give an overview of the flipped classroom model for parents and others that are experiencing this model for their children for maybe the first time or maybe the second time, but you really don't understand it. So the big thing is that homework and note-taking locations are reversed. So now when students are at home, they're taking notes. When they're in class, they're working on their homework. And what I see that as is the teacher is now available to help and investigate the better and meatier problems in each section. Because really, when does a kid need the most help with their mathematics or any other section? It's when they're actually practicing and doing the mathematics. It's not when they're getting the basic ideas during a lecture. So when students are at home, they're watching a video, and during that note-taking time, questions can and should still be asked. There's lots of ways to do this. A student could write a note in the margin of their notebook saying, I don't understand how we went from step A to step B. Or a student could email the teacher. Or, even yet, on the site that I use, I put discussion boards there so that you can post a question, other students can see it and even respond to it, so it becomes more of an online collaborative community working on math at different times in different locations, but still getting all of the content, all the basic content is there. It's the same content that I would be presenting in class. They're able to get that at home, and we're able to really work and dive into the mathematics while we're together in class. I think that's a powerful thing, and I think it's a better way of learning mathematics. Let's take a look at my online learning environment. I use a website called Haiku. I've tried many different online environments, and I found that this does the best job of doing everything that I'm looking for. It gives me a lot of different things that I can include, and I'm going to highlight some of those here. So right here in the middle, this is the main page for my math class, and right there we've got a Google Calendar. So this is interactive, and students can actually add this to their own Google Calendar. Parents could add this to their Google Calendar. And the nice thing is, if I need to change something, if I decide, we're not going to do 2B on Wednesday, we're going to move that to Thursday, I can drag and drop it, and it is instantly changed any place that this calendar is there. Over here I've got a bunch of IB documents. We've got an extra textbook for any students that need extra help. We've got graph paper. We've got the IB formula book and the syllabus. We've got our class syllabus. I'm starting to build a video library of some things that I think are fun. We've got number munchers. It was one of my favorites back in the day. A video on PEMDAS. And then over here on the side we've got our different mathematical units. So let's jump into exponents and logarithms. So here's our exponent and logarithms chapter. It's broken down into a bunch of small videos that sometimes I create, sometimes different teachers at Windermere Prep create. Sometimes they're videos that I found online that I think do a pretty good job of getting the concept across. So you'll notice we have exponent laws 1 and exponent laws 2. Right here, right here. There's 2 videos to watch for the first section. Up here at the top are problems that I suggest that they work. These problems are what they really need to be able to do. There's plenty more problems where that comes from, and if they don't need to do every single problem, they don't need to do every single problem. The big thing here is that they're doing what they need to do to learn the concept as a student. If they don't need to do 6 that are just like number 2, they don't need to do that, but somebody might, and that's okay. Down here, this is where I have discussions. You can post a question or a comment, and I'm asking that every student post something for every single lesson, letting me know how they're doing. So they should go here, they should watch the videos, they should take notes in their notebook while they're at home. You can take them with them if you want, and post a question or comment, or just let me know that you're doing okay on this discussion board. I'll open one up and show you what it looks like. So here's our discussion board. I've covered up the names to protect the innocent, but you can see here every student can post, every student can have a voice, and let me know how they're doing. I can handle it. Do I get it? I'm still a cow that's an analogy. I'm still a cow in the middle of the ocean. That student's saying that they're pretty lost. No question, the only problems I do not understand are, and I could click on that and see what they're doing, They can tell me they're having technical problems. It's so much easier than quadratic so far. So they can tell me how they're doing, what they need help on, and it's a real powerful way to get input and to ask questions as it happens. In some of my other classes, some of the students have actually started to answer each other's questions, and that's really, really cool to see. So what you all have just done is you've participated in your first video lesson, your first flipped lesson. So congratulations, everybody's really just completed their first video lesson. And this lesson, the goal of it has been to orient you to the version of a flipped classroom that I use. There's many different models out there, I'm sure. It's across the country. People are doing this. This is a new and different way of learning math that a lot of people aren't used to. It is a very, very powerful way of learning math, and I think that it can be and will be a very positive experience for everybody that goes through it. You hear the word differentiation thrown around a lot in schools. I think that this allows for some really true differentiation because students really can move at the pace that suits them through the content to a certain degree. It gives them a lot more freedom to hear something over and over and over if they need that. If you have questions, please talk to me. I'll try to put them to bed, and we can work together to make this a very, very positive and wonderful experience for all the students that I see on a day-to-day basis.